Good evening, everybody. So before we start the new lesson, we go through little the revision. So actually, the beginner class we're supposed to go teaching with the meditation. To make sure whatever you learn every day you practice it. So I told you many times, understanding, having knowledge is very easy, but practicing is not that easy. Practicing is easy, continuously doing practice not easy. Continuously doing easy, practice easy, but seriously is not that easy. Somehow, we give a lot of time to study Dharma, Lamrim, as well as we must spend more time to practice, which is you learn from different texts, particularly Lamrim. If you don't practice which is you learn, then the learning Dharma became or can be cause to arise a lot of negative thoughts yourself. Not only that, so, we attend many teaching, we study for quite long times. Also, some of you spend almost whole life with study, attending teaching. But if you don't practice, then your families, your brothers and sisters, or your neighbors, your colleagues, they thought the Dharma is useless because my friends have been studying many years, attending many different classes, but her or he or she, the way of thinking is not that good. He or she, not really become compassion. He or she doesn't have enough patience. He or she always be very short temper, and slowly people thought Dharma is no good, religion no good. So therefore, if you don't practice, then there's a lot of dangers. One danger for you to increase a lot of negative thoughts. That's why in monasteries or nunneries, include me, the more we learn Dharma, the more increase our ego, because we don't try to apply the Dharma or daily life. Therefore, I always urge, always request to you, please you study as well as you practice. When we think about practice, everybody just remember, sit on the cushion, holding a mala, and try to recite mantra, try to do a lot of chanting, which is good, but those are not the main practice, main Dharma, which is we're supposed to do it. So when we think about how to practice Dharma, then, as usual, you just sit on the cushion or sit on the chair a very proper way. And at the beginning, you must generate, proper motivation. In order to generate the good motivation, at the same time also you need to reduce the bad motivation. So at the beginning, every morning, or afternoon or evening, when you start to do practice, at the beginning you should have a short time to visualize the merit field. If you have a particular guru or master, you can visualize your own guru in the sky in front of you. If you don't have particular teacher or guru, still you attending different class, different teaching, then you can visualize Buddha Shakyamuni as your guru. When you remember, when you visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, you must visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni with all the good qualities. The body's qualities, speech and mind. Particularly, visualize, remember the mental qualities, which is great compassion and omniscience. At the same time, also if you visualize your guru, then you must generate very pure belief and faith towards Buddha Shakyamuni and your guru and rest of the merit field Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Within the visualization, you can recite chanting, you can make an offering, you can do prostration, you can practice the 7-limb practice. Short time. Then also you must think, I am very lucky to have this time to visualize the merit field, to have a time to remember all the qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then you feel you are very lucky to be a human being, to born in human. Then slowly you remember, yes, I am human being. I have a very fortunate, very precious life. Then I was thinking how long lasts this life. Then suddenly you just remember, you think, oh, now I'm very healthy, my body is very healthy, I always eat healthy food, I always do exercise, yoga, kung fu, tai chi, because when I walk in the morning, everywhere I can see 70, 80 years old, men and, uncle, auntie, they're doing a lot of exercise because they want to have a healthy body, which is good. But you think, we think, we assume, make assumption, oh, I'm not going to die today and tomorrow, not this year, not after, 10 or 20 years. I can stay another, 20 years or 30 years. If you think this way, then it's become very, big obstacle to practice Dharma. Even though, people always eat, someone always eats healthy food, but the healthy food also cause to, take your life. Also, many people do a lot of exercise, different types of exercise. All the exercise someday cause to take your life. Also, many people every day take, very particular medicine. All the medicine also sometimes cause to take your life. Also, somebody, was very healthy yesterday. Someone is perfectly okay yesterday, but this morning, no more. Due to heart attack, due to sudden condition, and someone passed away this morning. Then, at the beginning, please everybody, try to meditate on impermanence. Based on having, remember all the condition to death. Because when Buddha Shakyamuni gave a teaching the first time about Four Noble Truths, first he explained the truth of suffering. Within the truth of suffering, he explained the 4 attributes of truth of suffering. Within the 4, the first he explained, introduced impermanence. If you have, good understanding of impermanence, the understanding of impermanence can be, the best methods to reduce attachment, anger, and so and so. So, at the beginning, you just, meditate for impermanence, particularly the death. Okay, now, for a short time, everybody, visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, or visualize your Guru and generate very strong and very pure faith thoughts, the Buddha Shakyamuni and Guru, and think those are the our guide, and it can be guide until we become Buddha, until we achieve enlightenment, until we achieve liberation. So visualize Buddha Shakyamuni or your root gurus, and also all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and generate very strong faith, belief. Then next step, that you must practice the 7 limb practices. First, prostration. When you do prostration, you no need to get up and do the long or short process. Simple, you just hold, fold your hands together. If your one hand has a little problem to put together, you can just use one hand with a respect, gesture. Then you just say, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. You just, Namo, Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. You recite this word few times, sense of doing prostration. The prostration means you are doing, you are making respect to Guru, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So at the beginning, why we need to pray, or why we need to prostrate to the Guru? Because in this moment, between we and Buddha Shakyamuni, between we and Buddhahood, so the teacher, the Guru is most important. We should not think the Guru is more holy than the Buddha. No, the Guru is very important. Then decide, Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Also you can say, I take refuge into Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha until I'm enlightened. Prostration. Then making offering, right? Offering. So when you make offering, of course you already set up, some, like a offering, fruit, light, incense, or beautiful object. In this moment, you just sit on your question. Also, you just do, the mandala offering mudara, and you just think, all my positive actions, all my practices manifest as a mandala. The practices I practiced in the past, and this life, in the future life. All the positive karma I have accumulated in the past, present, future. Everything manifests as a beautiful mandala. Not only that, your body, your speech, your mind, everything manifests as a mandala. Then you just offer the mandala. And also, just remember all the beautiful objects. You are in Singapore, and Singapore has a beautiful garden, botanic garden, Marina Bay garden. You have a beautiful gardens. Just remember all the beautiful flowers, clean water, and just offer them, all of them, to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Guru, making offering. Then you are accumulating merit. Then third, the purification or confection, right? So it's so important to do the practice to eliminate the negative karmas. Because at the beginning, we have a strong motivation to practice Dharma. After we just start, after a few minutes after we start Dharma, then we feel so tired, we feel sleepy, we don't remember how to practice. Suddenly you remember, have to text to someone. You have so many thoughts arise. When you start to practice Dharma, all the unnecessary thoughts arise. Most of them, negative thoughts. Because of the power of negative karma. So that's why we need to purify all the negative karmas accumulated to our body, speech and mind. That means you just hold your hands together and you chant. At the same time, you remember, all the antidotes. That means you are doing 3 practices together. Body practice through your body, speech, and mind. Then, if you have a time, if you know how to recite the 100-syllable mantra, you just recite the 100-syllable mantra, Vajrasattva's mantra, or the long one and short one. Still, if you have a certain knowledge how to visualize the Vajrasattva, then do the Vajrasattva practice in the proper way to purify the negative karmas. So if you don't know how to do the Vajrasattva practice, then again, very simple. So you already visualize, Buddha Shakyamuni, all the Buddha and Bodhisattva in front of you in the space. So why are you reciting, Vajrasattva mantra? Or you can recite Om Mani Padme Hum, Also you recite Om Ami Devas. You can recite any mantra. And within the visualization, while you recite mantra, you must do, the visualization of receiving blessing, energy, power, mantra, and object from all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and also Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and just think all the energy, blessing everything enter into your body from your head chakra. Then slowly you just imagine your body slowly filling up with the nectar, energy, blessing, mantra, different object from the Buddha. Slowly just you feel is filling up with all the energy. Then all the energy fill up all the way to your neck. And at the same time, all the negative karma, come out from your mouth. Then you think, do this practice, my negative karma, clear away, purify. Or you can become, smaller. So prostration, making offering, confession. Then rest of is important, not that important. First 3 are most important. Then at the end, you can do the dedication. When you dedicate, also you must remember all the positive actions which you accumulated in the past, have been accumulated in this life, will accumulate in the past. Also you should remember all the positive action accumulated from other sentient beings. Also remember all the merits, the wisdom merits, the methods merit of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You remember everybody positive actions and you make a rejoice. Very pure rejoice. So when you do the rejoice, then do the rejoicing. Also you're going to accumulate, lot of merit. This merit, then, first you dedicate, wish to become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Then second, the short-term benefit. You just dedicate the merit in order to have a good understanding of Dharma, in order to have a perfect practice, in order to have a happy life, in order to benefit your friends and family and short-term benefit, dedication. So after you complete the 7 limb practice, then impermanence again, remember the impermanence, death. So when you remember, try to meditate on impermanence and death. You should not think, one day I am going to die. You should think, I am going to die anytime. My life is very uncertainty, death. So look at most of us, over 30, 40. So we are almost, 70%, more than halfway to our death. More than 70% close to our, cemetery, death. So after we death, if there's no next life, then fine, no need to worry. You just, enjoy this life, should not harm anybody. You just enjoy in this life. But still, there's a next life. The next life where you want to, where you go, it is determined by the karmas. Then you must remember the positive karmas, negative karma. The negative karma, throw you in the unpleasant or lower realms. Negative karma. The positive karma throw you into higher realms. Now again you check how much positive karma you have, how much negative karma you have. In order to know that, you just make a calculation within 1 day. Within 1 day, how many negative karma you accumulate, how many positive karma you accumulate. Then you can notice, every day, I accumulate lot negative karma than the positive karma. Due to that, next life, definitely I will take a rebirth into lower realms. If you, born in lower realms, hungry ghosts, animal realms, hell realms, then you must remember all the sufferings. That means you are trying to generate renunciation, renounce from the lower realms. And also, due to your positive action, if you take a rebirth in upper realms, human gods or demigods, still, one day you have to go through the death. Still you are in samsara. Then, one by one, you must remember the 10 non-virtues, 10 virtuous actions. So each of them you must remember the basis, altitude, complete, right? And performance, basis, altitude, performance, accumulation or complete, right? So karma. So when you think about karma, there are many types of karma. Some karma is very powerful, some karma is not that powerful due to different reason, right? Then, so you have to. So there's so many different types of karma. So it's so difficult to reduce each of them, right? Must you remember the root of the negative karmas, which is 3 mental poison, 3 poison mind, right? Attachment, anger, ignorance. So if every day, if you are able to control anger, attachment, ignorance, then you no need to worry negative karmas, right? If you control the root, then all the negative karma going to control. If you try to generate the root of the positive actions, then you always accumulate the positive action. So within the 3, poison mind, first you must reduce anger. Anger is very, common troublemaker. Anger. Sometimes we have anger towards, others. Also sometimes we have a anger towards ourselves. Sometimes we have a anger towards our objects. So when we angry, ourselves, that's why many people, take a suicide. Many people commit suicide because they angry themselves. They hate themselves. When they hate themselves, they hate their life. Then they cannot see, to live, to survive continuously. That's why many people commit suicide, even in Singapore, everywhere. Now the commit suicide is become, the number is raising much higher. Every year has become more higher because people really don't know how to control anger. So why we have anger? Why we anger? Of course you can say ignorance. No, anger arises based on attachment. Anger, the example, Anger is look like fire. Fire. If this TBC house, has a fire, big fire, the fire, fire doesn't know which is good, which is bad, which is holy, which is not holy. The fire burn everything. So when we get angry, anger arises. Indirectly, they destroy all the positive actions. Directly, totally destroy your peace of mind. For example, morning you are very happy. You have a very nice breakfast. Drink, very delicious juice. Drink very good coffee. You are very happy. Suddenly somebody make you angry. Then the peace of mind is totally disappear. Then whole day, you are not happy because of the power of anger. So anger is very bad because of the attachment. So anger is like a fire. Second, attachment. So if you have a less attachment, then you have a less anger. If you have a very strong attachment, then definitely you have a strong anger. For example, this is a very simple glass case. Due to my ignorance, due to my misperception, I thought, wow, this is very nice, one of the best glass case. Then I cling on it, and I have a strong attachment, right? And somebody touch it, what? I get angry. Somebody says, oh, Geshe, you have a very nice, glass case. I feel good, proud, and attachment arise. That means anger arises based on attachment. For example, if you have a attachment on your body, somebody say, oh, you have an ugly body, you are not nice, you are not that attractive. Then you get angry, upset, attachment. The example attachment is look like, making fire on the grassland, or, pouring oil on the paper. So, you must know, if we make a fire on the grassland, it's so difficult to distinguish. It's not easy to, extinguish. Because it burns continuously. Also, you cannot use buyers. You cannot easily. It's burning so big, so strongly because it's grass. That means attachment exists with our mind continuously. Anger arises very strongly. Also, come down very fast. Attachment is like making fire on the grassland or putting on oil on the paper. When you pour, split oil on the paper, if you try to write something, you cannot. That means when you have a strong attachment to an object, it's so difficult to apart your mind with a beautiful object. When you have a strong attachment to your food, person, it's so difficult to apart. You cannot write anything on the paper which is oil. Oil paper, you cannot write anything. Attachment. Anger arises based on attachment. Attachment arises based on ignorance. So, in order to reduce anger, you need to practice. If you have anger towards sentient being, then you can generate compassion, love, tolerance, compassion. So you cannot simply say, oh, I'm not happy with the person. He always makes you angry. You cannot say, I want to practice compassion. No. You have to know, this person make me angry because due to some reason. Some reason, right? Also, somebody criticizes you, then you get angry. Then we always blame, he or she make me angry. But we should not think I'm also part of, cause and condition. So the cause and condition is half. Half from your side, half from other side. Sometimes 100% from your side. But we are not ready to accept it is my fault. Suddenly you get angry. In order to reduce, practice compassion. Then, first you check which emotion is more stronger. Let's say now you have very strong anger, towards someone. Then you just generate compassion. That time you must remember the consequence of anger, consequence of compassion. The more you practice compassion, the more you have a happiness. The more you let anger arise, the more you will suffer. Then you just remember the consequence of anger and consequence of compassion. Then generate compassion towards some, sentient being or human being, whatever. Next, we should do short meditation or short, time to generate compassion towards someone. I think everybody has a someone who you really don't like. Then you just remember the person and think about, the anger is no good, compassion is good. Just generate compassion towards this person. Next, the foundation of anger arises from attachment. So next, in order to reduce attachment, again you must contemplate, the consequence of attachment, consequence of essenceless or ugliness. So if you think you have a strong attachment to the object, like a diamond ring, golden, watch, expensive car, expensive phone, expensive clothes. So then just remember all of them impermanent or essenceless. When you remember impermanence and essenceless, then all the attachment, thoughts, object, going to reduce. If we have a sense of attachment to a human being, then you must meditate on ugliness. Because when we have an attachment towards human being, the human being, male and female, doesn't matter. When you have an attachment, that time we think, the person is so attractive, the person is so beautiful, the person is so nice, so good. Right? Good. Then meditate on ugliness. Think, yes, for me, the person appeared to me so attractive, so beautiful, but in the reality, the person is not attractive at all. The person not beautiful at all. And also you can think the changes, when they are like 20 years old, very healthy, very attractive, very energetic. Then 40 years later, 50 years later, 80 years later, 90 years later, they become very ugly. And meditate on ugliness, try to reduce attachment towards any human being, any sentient beings. Also, if you have a strong attachment to food, just think, when the food is on the plate, is so nice, look very good. When you put the food in the mouth, choice, right? Chew few times and just take out on the plate. Right? Then, look at. Then, I'm very, in my lifetime, I was very, shocked. I got very shocked in New York. First time I went to New York in 2001, between I think 2001 and 2000. The first time I reached to New York, I thought, wow, it looked like, pure land. The road is very big, very clear. So house very big, so clean. I can understand is real. And also I really didn't know, people use a lot of, like a cosmetic, like a makeup. Then one day we were 10 monks. We went for dinner to one of the Tibetan who used to be a monk. Then we are talking about New York, and then the monks, the Tibetan man said, he used to be a monk. He said, all monks very careful when you see someone is so young, so beautiful. They are not really. All the color, everything based on makeup. Then I thought, oh, is really makeup? Right? That means we think this way. If we are naturally really beautiful, attractive, very nice, why we need to do all this, nonsense thing? So that's why meditate on essenceless, ugliness, try to reduce attachment. Okay, next. Just anyway, you just meditate on ugliness, essenceless, try to reduce attachment towards your object, your belonging, your body, someone. Okay. Here, one thing I feel very important. When you try to reduce attachment, at the same time, you should not let degenerate your compassion towards someone. Because this is very common, because we have a compassion or we have a love towards someone. We have a love towards our relation, our friends, relatives, our friends, our family. We have a compassion. The most of the compassion or love we have is, mixing with the attachment. Therefore, when we reduce attachment, at the same time, the compassion also going to reduce, right? That's why make sure you must reduce attachment, not compassion. The more you reduce attachment, then you more increase compassion. When you reduce attachment towards someone, if you feel you no more compassion towards that person, that means your attachment is very conditioned attachment. Make sure, when you reduce attachment, make sure you should not, reduce compassion. Compassion. Next, the root of the attachment, anger, is the ignorance. Ignorance. Now you must go, more, deeper level. All the negative thoughts. Then mainly caused by attachment, caused by anger. Both of them rooted by ignorance. Ignorance. Now ignorance, there's two types. Ignorance of being or person, ignorance of phenomena. That means you have ignorance about yourself, or you have ignorance about other object, like 5 aggregates. Then next you think, how attachment arises. Why you have attachment, so a strong attachment to the object? Because you don't know how the object exists. Why you have an attachment towards being or person or human being? Because you really don't know how the person, how the human being exists. Why you have an ignorance about yourself? Why you have ignorance about your I? Because you don't know yourself how to exist. Therefore, first you try to recognize self and I, right? That means you should think, is my head is me? Is my body is me? Or is my mind is me? No. Your body is not you. Your mind is not you. Any part of body is not you. all of them is belongs to you, not you. That means now you are, for you, very clear. My mind is not me, my body is not me, my belongings are not me. Then where's you? How you exist? If you study this way, then you feel, there's no more I. Then you are going to fall into one of the extreme nihilation, right? Nihilation, no more exists I. This is very dangerous. Then you will have a wrong view. Somehow I is there, self is there. You must recognize first where's the I? When you try to recognize, sometimes you feel the I is in the brain. Sometimes you can feel the I is in my hand. Maybe I is in my heart. Right? You must recognize where is the I? The I exists or not? It must be exist. Right? If there's no I, then who feel the suffering? Am I right? I person must be there. If no person, no I, who really feel the suffering? Who experience the happiness and suffering? Who? Me. I am happy. I am not happy. That means I is there. Then where's the I? You must recognize I. Second, once you recognize I, you must know how the I exists. That means truth of ignorance. Finally, you can think, I am exist, but I am not exist inherently, independently. Then how you exist? I am exist dependently, dependent on my 5 aggregates. So my 5 aggregates is the basis of me. Based on the 5 aggregates, then name as a me. For example, then you remember the cup. There's a cup. The cup is not exist independently. Cup exists dependently, dependent on the parts. I. Then you really need to realize selflessness of I, selflessness of phenomena, or empty of phenomena, emptiness of the I. Then, if you practice, every day you practice compassion, essenceless or ugliness, and emptiness, selflessness, then you are always control the root of the negative actions, because you are able to control the root of the negative actions, right? Then you don't need to worry, I'm accumulating negative action or positive action. No, because you are always control the root. The root is, you control the root. No more anger, no more attachment, no more ignorance, then no more negative karma. The negative karma which is already accumulated, we always try to purify. Then the opposite is same, right? When you practice compassion, you are reducing anger. When you practice compassion, at the same time, you are accumulating positive karma. So because your mental state become, compassion state. And all action be positive action, because the motivation. Remember the altitude. There's a 3, right? Perception, motivation, affliction. Right? Now, in the positive action, you say, motivation, perception, motivation, then positive mind. So then that's about how you must practice, emptiness, ugliness, compassion, in order to control, in order to, hold, all the root. Then you no need to worry, you are accumulating positive or negative karmas. So next we study new topic. It's very important topic. I think many of you never heard this kind of topic here. page number actually 239. So before we start this one, all the karmas, positive or negative karma, all karma must have three results, right? Three effects. What are the three effects? Volitional effect, concordant effect, environmental effect. That means all the negative karma has a three effect, as well as all the positive karma has a three effect. Each of the 10 paths of action depend upon the basis of the three mental poisons that occur in the strength, small, medium, and great. Right? So all the 10 paths of the action. Here talking about you have a very small action, medium action, great action. Therefore, there are three fruitional effects each of action. Right? That means your negative action is small, then you will born in the animal realms. Your negative action is medium, then you will born the hungry ghost. The last one, hell being. Right? So also many people has a doubt, We Buddhists always talk about hungry ghosts, animal realms, hell being realms, hell realms. When we read a textbook, when we listen teaching, yes, many masters say there's a hungry ghost, the animal realm, the hell, and so and so. We really don't know. We cannot prove, right? But in order to know that, we really need to think about too much, there's a hungry ghost or not. Within the human realms, within this world, right? Some human, always enjoy with the food, clothes. They have excessive food and clothes. That's why they become very fat. Some human, they can have just food for breakfast, lunch, just simple food. Then some human, sometimes they don't have a really, don't have a proper food. Think about Africa, part of Africa. Many people don't have a proper clothes, food, medicine. For you, as a Singaporean, you can consider, I'm not saying bad thing, as a Singaporean, you can consider, that those people who live in Africa, they look like hungry ghosts. Right? Think about how much breakfast do you eat, lunch, dinner. When you go food court, right, like there's 4 or 5 people living around the table, they order too much food. They eat half, throw half. But they have to pay full money, right? You cannot say, I cannot finish half. Compare your life, really, those you can consider as hungry ghosts. You can see so many children, just sleep on the street. No water, no food, no clothes. This moment, you have all the good condition. If you die this evening, born in this area, think about, right? That means, different karma has a different result. Then causal condition. Even when you are reborn from the miserable realm as a human, you still experience the effect of the non-virtuous action follows. Right? That means, let's say, due to the negative karma, you are born in the lower realms. After you exhaust your negative karma, that particular negative karma, make sure you should not have a misunderstanding. For example, due to my negative karmas, next life, I will born in the hungry ghost realms, hungry ghosts. Then I will, remain there for many eons. At the end, due to some kind of positive actions, I will take a human life. Right? It doesn't mean you totally exhaust all the karma, negative karma. You exhaust only one karmas. That's why you born in the human. Still, you have lot of negative karma. Right? That means even though you exhaust the particular negative karma and due to the positive karma, you born as a human. Still, you will experience the effect of the non-virtuous actions. Then they are talking about that each of them killing short life. Right? Stealing, lack of resource. That's why you can see within your family, your some friends always try to get a job. Yeah, he or she has a job. Always try to make a money, try to make a more money. He or she cannot make any more money. Make a little money, finish. Make a little money, finish. He or she cannot really earn a lot of money because due to the result of stealing, then lack of resource. Right? Short life. You can see somebody eat, very healthy food, or do good things, but they have a short life. Now you can read each of them, not that difficult. Environment effect. That means, the fruition means you are really taking the proper, the life. The causal concordant means similar condition. You kill someone, you become short life. You destroy somebody's resource, you stealing someone means you destroy somebody's resource, you have a less resource. Similar. This means, the concordant effect. The environmental effect. From the non-virtuous action of killing such a thing in the external environment as food, drink, medicine, fruit will have little strength. Right? That's why you can see many people, both of you are having same food. They order you order same food. For you, the food is feel very delicious, very tasty. But other friends say, hey, no taste. The food is no good. Always make complaint because due to the environment effect. And also you can see somebody gets sickness. Then they, met a doctor. Doctor give proper medicine, the right medicine. The medicine never give effect. Never give effect because of the environment, environmental effect. Medicine, fruit. So now you can learn each of the negative karma has a three effect. Fruitional effect, concordant effect, environment effect. This one you can learn is very easy. Then next, the virtuous action and their effect, same thing, right? Virtuous action has a three effects. So you just bring same idea in the opposite way. So among this one, now you just look at the page number 239. We are talking about the virtuous action. Again, small, medium, great. Small, take a rebirth in the human. The medium, where? We have two types of gods, right? What are they? Demigod and gods. Right? Now, very important here, page number 239. The sutra on the 10 level says that those who have cultivated these 10 thoughts, fear, obstacle, resistance, that means big sense of fears. Right? When you think about hungry ghosts, you feel have a sense of fear. Fear of cyclic existence, and without great compassion. Let's say everybody, when you remember hungry ghosts, animal realms, unpleasant realms, we feel we have a sense of fear. Due to sense of fear, we do practice. We try to accumulate, the virtuous action, but without great compassion. But following the words of the other will achieve the fruit of sarvaka. Right? That means you don't have a great compassion. No, not compassion. We're talking about great compassion. Without great compassion, if you accumulate 10 virtuous action, renunciation, practice emptiness, selflessness, 6 paramitas, then the fruit will be where? Charvaka, right? Within the Hinayana practitioner have two achievements, two different types. One is Charvaka, one is the Partika Buddha. Right? Without great compassion, if you practice all the practices, then become Buddha. Then when they have practiced the 10 virtuous action through the understanding of dependent arising, they will achieve the state of the Partika Buddha. Right? That means there's 3 types of achievement: Partika liberation of Partika Buddha, liberation of the Charvaka. Look, there are those who are without great compassion or dependency on the other and who wish to become Buddha themselves. When they have practices the 10 virtues action through the understanding of dependent arising, they will achieve the state of the Partika Buddha. When those with an expensive altitude cultivation tend through great compassion, skillful means, great aspirational prayers on his own way, abandoning any living being and forcing to the extremely vast and sublime wisdom of Buddha, they will achieve the level of the Bodhisattva and all perfections through practicing. They activates great deal on the all oceans. They will achieve the equal of the qualities of the Buddha. Right? That means without great compassion, if you practice certain practices, you will achieve the Charvaka state. Without great compassion, you practice certain practices, you will achieve Partika Buddha. With the great compassion, skillful meaning, great aspirational prayer, then you will become Bodhisattva, then you will achieve Buddhahood. Let me look at the 10 virtuous action. If you connect join with the great compassion, then all the practices become Bodhisattva practice. Without great compassion, any practices you have done, this practice, the fruit will be only maybe Charvaka and Partika. Right? Next, very important, the new lesson. Presentation of other classification of karma. Number 1. What's the number 1? Completing karma. Very important. You must remember this one. Distinction between projecting and completing karma. Number 2. Definitely or only possibly experience. First, there are 2 types of karma. Karma which is projecting, karma which is completing. Very important to learn. Number 2, karma whose result you will definitely or only possible to experience. Right? Very important. Number 2. Now look at the number 1. The distinction between projecting and completing karma. Although the karma that projects a rebirth into happy realms is virtuous, and karma that projecting as a rebirth into the miserable rebel is a non-virtuous. Right? Number 1, the virtuous action, the sentient being project to where? Virtuous, happy realms. Non-virtuous, miserable realms. Number 1, one must know positive action, negative action. Positive action has a positive result. Negative action has a negative result. Simple. Then there is not such a certainty with regarding to completing karma. Non-virtuous action create even a happy realms. such as effect as a not having complete limbs, finger, or sensory organs, and having unpleasant color, short lifespan, many illness, poverty, further virtuous action create consummate well even for animal and hungry ghosts. Okay, now this symbol is saying there's a positive action project you into happy realms. Project means you just throw into human life. It doesn't mean you will have a happy life all the time. It's complete by negative actions. So the negative action you project, you throw into lower realms, but it can be complete by positive actions. Positive action. That means, look at the simple example. There's a two person. Both person are totally blind that cannot see, blind. Okay, then so both they hold a like baby. They cannot see. Somebody has a very good motivation, pure mind, good motivation. The motivation is very good, intention is very good, but somehow he just throw the baby in river, right? But projected by positive action, the baby will suffer in the river, right? In a river or fire or unpleasant environment, for example. Second one has a very bad motivation. I want to throw this baby into fire, into river. He has a very bad motivation, bad intention, but he or she cannot see, right? He just try to throw in the fire instead of throw fire, but then the motivation is very bad. Due to certain condition, he throw the baby into like garden. The baby very happy in the garden, play in the garden. That means you can see within our families, within your friends, colleague, neighbor, they are same as human being as you. But sometimes, your families, your brother, your relatives, co-worker has always goes through problems, suffering, lot of problem, whole life in misery. That means the person projected by positive karma, but complete by negative karma. Then the non-virtues, okay? For example, due to non-virtues, someone take a rebirth as a naga. In Singapore, you have very, very, important concept, naga. Everybody thought about naga. I have a naga problem. I don't think Singapore has a really naga. Naga. Due to negative karma, the person born as a naga. That means naga is still animal. This is not important, just simple animal. They are also animal. They take a rebirth as animal. Due to the previous virtues, the naga has a lot of wealth. So he has a happy life. Right? Also you can see, nowadays, a very simple example. Someday you can see, the wealthy or rich family has a dog, cats. Also they have a what? There's few people who take care of the dog. Every morning bring in walk, bring back, feed the proper food, do exercise, massage, cutting hair, cutting nail, right? Then the dog projected by what? Negative karma, complete by positive karma. Someday we can see their dog is much happy than us. Right? Right? Then also, do you know in New York there's a place you can bring dog as a like Christmas party, birthday party. Yeah, the dog has a birthday. That time they bring the dog into very important, famous restaurant. It's just few $1,000s. Yeah, they put on the chair, feed some food, particular dog food, then say happy birthday. But In my lifetime, I celebrate only one birthday, I think 2 years ago. Maybe last year. I never celebrate. But the dogs every day celebrate your birthday party. Okay, anyway, this is a symbol. Look at projecting, complete. That's why sometimes you can think, oh, I'm a human being, but I'm facing a lot of problem. Almost whole my life, I'm facing all this problem. That means your life is completing by negative karma. Right? Projecting and completing. Then there's another one, the next paragraph. This being the case, there are 4 sides to relationship between being projecting, being complete. The 4 sides mean, look at, projected by positive karma, complete by positive karma. Projected by negative karma, complete by negative karma. Then opposite, projected by positive karma, complete by negative karma. Positive by negative karma, positive karma, complete by negative karma. This means 4 sides. Right? If you remember 4 sides, what are the 4 sides of relation between the being project and being complete? Among the leaf, they are the result of virtues projecting karma. They are born as a result from the virtues completing the karma and from the non-virtues completing karma. Right? That means projected by positive karma, then complete by positive karma. Right? Then projected by negative karma as well, complete by negative karma. Then, half-half. That means 4 sides. Okay. Then another important here. So we learn here, projecting, completing. Also we learn with the great compassion, without great compassion. Then another important one, the next page, 240. The treasure of knowledge explains that the single action projects a single rebirth. Right? Page number 24. The treasure of knowledge explains that a single action projects a single rebirth, does not project many rebirth. There are many completing action, but many projecting action do not project a single body. That means one action project one rebirth. That means one action has one result. Many action, many karma cannot have a one result. Right? So that means one karma, action has only one result. 2 action don't have a 2 result. That means 1 action, 1 result. 2 action, 2 result. 1 action cannot have a 2 result. This is one, view. The second one, look at the component of the knowledge. There is a karma where single action projects one body. There is a karma where single action projects many bodies. That means there's a 2, different tradition in India based on the Buddhist tradition. The first, the treasure of knowledge said, what's it? Single action projects how many rebirth? Single rebirth, and does not project many rebirth. There are many complete action. The life complete by many action, but many projecting action do not project a single body. So when you see, completing is very interesting. For example, morning we are happy, afternoon we are suffered. Afternoon we are suffered, evening we are happy. The happy suffering is come one after one, That means that you look like, action repeat, the negative or positive action, repeat after each of them. That means the life can be complete by many actions, but the project only one. Clear? One tradition. Second one, very interesting. There's a karma where a single action projects one body. One single action projects one body, one karma, right? There's a karma where single action projects many bodies. Also, there's a karma where many actions project a single body. There's a karma where many actions project many bodies. That means one karma can project one body as well as one karma can project many bodies. Right? One action. Second, many karmas projects one body, many karma action project many bodies. Can you imagine? Can you think how? Yes, we can say one action project one body. For example, so we have, let's say today, we accumulated positive action. The positive action can project one human life, right? Now, how one positive action can project two human bodies? How? How one positive action project two human bodies? How? You just think about. For example, when we die, the death can be two causes, causes. Someone dead because the karma is completely exhausted. The karma project for 20 years. Then the person after 20 years, doesn't matter how much we try to survive, the person cannot survive because the karma is completely exhausted. Right? We have a butter lamp, $2, then we have a $5, right? $2 and $5. No more $5, huh? No, is it? I think more than $5. Look at the $2 light lasting how much? Shorter than the $5. Right? That means when the oil completely exhausts, there's no more light. So say one karma project for 20 years. After 20 years, the person cannot survive. Doesn't matter how much you try, because the karma is completely exhausted. Right? That means the person passed away due to exhausted of the karma. You cannot try to survive. Second, yes, the person project for the 20 years, yes, the person can be survive for 20 years. Due to, immediate condition, earthquake, due to, accident, then the person death. But the karma haven't exhaust, right? Haven't exhaust. That means the karma can, the half is finished, half is still there. Then the karma again project another life. That means one karma can project two lives. Right? Then how two karma can project one body on one life? How? It depends on karmas. For example, yesterday we accumulated one positive karma and it is enough power to project into human. Today also we accumulate another positive karma, also it has enough power to project us into human life. That means two action. We remember, yes, yesterday I accumulated karma, today, then you just combine the two karma together and you must make a strong dedication. Due to these two karmas, I wish to reborn in a very powerful king, powerful guru or master. Then two karma compound. Then you can have a very powerful life. You have a very good life. That means how you must combine two karma compound together, then you can project in just one body. For example, you have a 10, strong virtuous action, enough strong to project for 10 human life. All the 10 virtues you combine together and dedicate this karma to project one king. That means there's a 10 virtues action have a one body. Right? That means you must know. That means it looks like how you can dedicate. That means one karma can have two bodies. Two karma has a 3 or 4 or 5 bodies. In order to know that, you must know death can be two causes. One, somebody dead because of the exhaust of the karma. Somebody dead, the karma haven't exhaust, but the karma still have a guarantee. But due to the accident, due to the earthquake, due to the medicine, some person dead. It doesn't mean the person dead because of the karma. It's an immediate condition, right? And related to this, when we say death and so we have a certain very strong culture. Say, the person passed away, still he remains in the house as a ghost. Because Singapore, you have a very strong concept about ghosts. You say hunter, right? Hunter. I think when one day we walk in the city center close to the Kalakui, and somebody showed me one building. They say, this building possessed by hunter. Then I say, if they can donate us, 100, yeah, the house 100. Then I say, they can donate for TBC, then we can open temple. Okay, look at, when we say ghost, there's a two possibility. Two. One, for example, again related to the attachment. You have a very strong attachment. Maybe you say, the house is haunted by someone. Maybe the person who live there, the person who belongs, the buildings belong to the person. Before the person died, he have very strong attachment to the building, the house, the car, whatever. This strong attachment. Due to the attachment, then negative karma happen. The negative karma project him as a, animal. Within the animal, there's a two types. Some has a gross body, somebody doesn't have a gross body. Within the animal, or maybe hungry ghost has a two types. One has a gross body, one type doesn't have a dead gross bodies. That means the person already take a rebirth as a lower realms. Hungry ghost, animal, not definitely hell. Then the being, the person remains in this house because of the attachment. That's why you can say there's a ghost. It's actually, you can say ghost, you can say it's a hungry ghost or animal realms. Take a rebirth. Then also there's another possibility, you can say, somebody say, my friend passed away last week. I saw him yesterday. Right? Many people say, I saw him yesterday. I saw her yesterday. He was walking in the street. This is a big mistake. So the person must be very close to you. You are good. You are best friend. Then you have very strong image of the person in your mind. Very strong image. The person passed away. We already burned his body, but someday you can see he or she is coming here, going there, walking there, because you carry the image in your mind. So how I know this one? For me, I walk early morning from here to Marina Bay all the way there, like 5:30 or 5:20. There always one old man, always coming to the before around the Kelang River with a bicycle. Then he always stay one place. Then I'm not sure he is doing chanting or painting. He just sit like this every day there. Then I always see him there. Then one day I thought, the old man must be there. When I look at, I can see the old man is there. I go closer. He's not there. Then I notice my image. I have an image of the person, always stay there. That's why we have a sometimes misunderstanding, which is the image is appear to us, that we think the person is there. This is mistaken. Okay, so we can stop here. So we do the dedication prayers.